I'm not sure at all what made me pick up this camera. A lot has happened in the probably over a year since I recorded that first video. Um, the most obvious one, well, maybe not obvious, but my scenery has changed. Literally, I no longer live in St. Louis, Missouri. I am now a resident of Dallas, Texas. I guess we can start there. Though it was somewhat planned, it was also not very planned. It kind of felt like I picked up and left. Um, Not a bad thing. Didn't leave much behind. Um, that sounded bad. Hi friends. Hey Sean. Hey Alex. Hey Kayla. Like, hey y'all. Hey mama. Hey daddy. Um, but it didn't. My computer is being really weird. I didn't leave much behind as far as like unfinished business. I don't know. Take that how you want. But I say it felt like I just picked up and left because I had a very abstract idea of why I was coming here. And a lot of that was based on an imaginary support system. Um, okay, maybe not imaginary. What is the word I'm looking for? I don't know, but based on a fantasy, an assumption, shit like that. But I had, my own reasons. Change of scenery, one. I felt like there was a ceiling I had hit in back home, which is wild to say because I felt like there was still so much to do. There was still still so many people to meet, still so much work I could have done. Um, but I became uninspired. I started to feel stuck and just completely unmotivated. And I am, disclaimer, add the disclaimer here. I am not one of those people that's gonna tell you to just move. It'll all get better. It's not a magic pill. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that everything in my body and my spirit was saying try something new, and that's what I had to do. So, like I said, though it felt a little abrupt. Um, it had been a talk, a theory for a while. Hey, we moving to Dallas at the beginning of or summer 2021. And then when COVID hit, it was kind of like, girl, you ain't going nowhere. I say that to myself. I feel like a lot of the people around me, like my friends, like knew I was moving, but because there was no concrete plans for a very long time, even like weeks up until before I left, it was kind of just like, yeah, you're moving. Um, and then it happened, and people were like, "Oh, damn! Like you really left." Um, what was I going? I don't know. But regardless of how abrupt or unabrupt it was, I had, though I didn't have like specific concrete plans about where I was going to live or, um, no clients or jobs lined up or anything. I had an idea of where I wanted to go mentally with the move, where I wanted to go spiritually with the move, where I wanted to go um financially and all that type. It was all an internal process. And that shit been hard as fuck. Like, this whole summer has been the epitome of like stepping outside of my comfort zone. A great thing, a great thing. But I feel like all at one time, like I'm talking about like every aspect of life all at one time. Like we gotta I gotta face all the shit. Like that's what's been so hard. But I am here, still smiling, still trying. Um I think one of the things that compelled me to break out this camera today though was this feeling of like I'm super overwhelmed right now. On all ends. Some of it good, some of it bad. And I feel like today was one of those days where it's like I'm still going, I'm still going, like, regardless of how hard it is, I'm still going. But someone said something to me earlier that made me think, um, someone texted me to basically check on me. Hey, how you doing? Just thinking about you. How you feeling? What's going on? And I said, it's been a rough ass week. And his response was, but you ain't said nothing. Like I'm not here for you. Like you can't vent to me. And my response was, I feel like I don't talk about a lot. Like you'll hear me say things like it's been a long week. I'm struggling. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm over like those abstract things, but I hardly ever go into detail. At least not publicly. One, because why? Um, but I find myself even with like general acquaintances and friends, like, shit rough, but I'm here, I'm breathing. It's always like this level of sugar, sugar coating. You just sugar on top. And I told him, I'm like, I feel like I don't often speak on it because I haven't figured out how to feel and keep going. It's one or the other. Which prompted me to bring out, like, I've started in the last couple of weeks keeping a trigger journal, basically a therapy journal, a regular journal, whatever. But I call it a trigger journal because I'm challenging myself, excuse me, challenging myself to write down specifics. I feel like I've been journaling for decades, right? And to every therapist's demise, I keep most of my journals. I've gone back and read them. I've been told that that's the dumbest thing I can do. That I should burn them, but I haven't. And I don't have them accessible, like, at least not now. They're all probably still like in a box in storage or whatever. But I've been journaling for a long time. And I would say when I was younger, I was super specific, down to the details, to the to the point where one time I had a sleepover and I fell asleep. And my friends found my journal and started reading it amongst each other. There were things in there that they didn't need to know. And obviously it's comical now. And even then it wasn't in real time. They found an old journal. But yeah, I used to be really specific. And then it got to a point where like I felt like I was sugarcoating things even to the paper as if somebody else was going to read it, or as if somebody was judging me, as if the piece of paper was judging me. And I would say probably around the time of like college, I just stopped writing completely. And I went to college as a journalism major. Didn't finish as ghost. I didn't finish as a journalism major, but as writing was my shit. And somewhere in there, I started getting this feeling that like pieces of paper and pens and notebooks were judging me, and I just stopped fucking writing. And so once I got back into it with like, therapy and everything, I found myself still not being very specific, because it was like, if I put this out there, it's not, at that point, it wasn't even necessarily the paper judging me. It was me judging myself, and like, just like not wanting to face it. Like, it's, the words are there, they're tangible. Like, I don't want to see that shit. Like, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to, like, I want it to go away. So why am I putting it on a piece of paper, right? So like everything I was writing I was writing or journaling because people were telling me to, or because I was like, oh, this is what I used to do, or it felt like some type of chore. And it wasn't therapeutic. I wasn't learning anything. Like it was just doing it just to be doing it. So I'm challenging myself now to write specifics. What am I feeling mentally, physically, and emotionally? What triggered that? Where is my mindset at right now? And everything's kind of in true Ashley, like OCD fashion. It's like all color coded and shit. Because I really want to track like progress and shit. What the fuck was I talking about? I think I was trying to say that I wrote in my trigger journal today that I want to learn how to operate in the gray area. For me, it's either I can feel and shut down, or I can numb myself to it and keep going. There has to be a compromise. And that's where I still have room to grow. And I feel like everything that's happening around me, to me, it's all in that gray area. It's requiring me to feel, but I can't afford to shut down. So I numb myself to it. I just keep going. But in that, the shit's still falling apart. All of it. So it's like, might as well learn how to do this the right way so that I can actually handle it with like healthy coping skills, I don't even know how we got there. Welcome back to my channel. Again, I am in Dallas now. Business is still the same. Health is still pretty much the same. But even within all of that, a lot has changed. That's all I got for today, though. That was a lot. I don't even know how we got there. But I'll be back.